Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is all Aboot Candles, and welcome to this month's episode of My 2 Cents, which is where I'm going to rant and rave about something that I just need to get off my chest. I've got something to say about it, sonny boy. And in this month's episode, I'm going to explain to you guys why I do not buy from Kringle Candles anymore. So for the last couple of weeks, I have been asking people to send me in their burning questions, which I'm going to be answering in my next episode of Burning Questions. Email me, allabootcandles@gmail.com. By far, the question that I have gotten the most so far, and I'm talking like almost 20 people have probably emailed me with this question: why I do not buy Kringle candles anymore. And I just really didn't want to sort of hijack half of my burning questions episode with talking about Kringle. So I'm going to talk about it here, guys. And so, trigger warning, if you are like the biggest Kringle lover in the world, like, you don't have to watch this video if it's going to hurt your feelings. But I am going to try to approach this in the way that I would give feedback in a professional setting, which is what I like to call a crap sandwich, which is I'm gonna say some nice things, and then I'm gonna spill the tea, and then I'm gonna end on a positive note as well. I think that Kringle have some of the best fragrances that I've smelled in candles before. I think their perfumers really know what they're doing for the most part. I think they have a lot of creativity behind their fragrances, and I think that they do certain niches really well, like botanicals and florals. And I mean, Halloween is really interesting and great with Kringle for the most part. And so they have certain things that they do really well. I think a lot of their candles are absolutely gorgeous. And I have purchased from Kringle before, you know? And just like any other brand, you might get a stinker once in a while. But for the most part, I think that the actual fragrances are part of what they do the best, which should be the most important thing, right? Like if you think that fragrance sort of trumps everything, then I really think Kringle is kind of top of their game when it comes to the fragrances. However, when it comes to candles, fragrances don't actually end up being the most important thing. I think that accessibility is a huge thing. I think packaging plays into this. I think there's so many different factors. I think Kringle does lovely fragrance. I have purchased from them before and enjoyed their candles. I've also had, I'd say that about half of the candles that I've burnt from them have just not had the strength and throw at a level that I would like it to be at. But in this video, my 2 cents really has nothing to do with the quality of their fragrances, or even the quality of their candles, or even the fact that I think they have even less strength and throw now than they did in the past. I'm not even gonna get into the whole soy wax debacle. Like, what I want to show you guys is what happens to a Canadian when they try to order Kringle candles. Now, I'm going to admit that I've had a lot of bad luck as well, okay? So I don't think Kringle is a terrible company. I think there's probably lots of really lovely, genuine people that work there. I think their perfumers are very talented. And I don't have anything really against them as a company or with what they do. There was recently a bit of controversy surrounding a Halloween reserve launch, and people couldn't use their 25% off coupons. And that has actually happened with Kringle before. It's happened with me. I was about to place an order one time not too long ago, and I had a coupon code that, I read the details of this coupon, and there was absolutely no reason at all why it shouldn't have been working, but it just wasn't. And so that is something that Kringle has kind of done, I think, a couple of times that I've noticed over the course of several years, that they just turn off their coupons that say they should be valid for any candle at any time. So that's happened to me before, and that's peeved me off. I also, the way that I have acquired Kringle candles before is if I'm staying with a friend who lives in the United States, I will order them to their address, all right? And that's worked for me multiple times. I have the candles sent to wherever I'm at in the States, and then I wrap them all up in my clothes and put them in my suitcase and take them across the border, and people think I'm hiding weapons and things in my candles. It's always an issue, especially if you try to take them in your carry-on. But anyways, Kringle candles have never been easy to get if you're up here in Canada. They've never made it easy. And one time I placed a fairly large order when I was staying somewhere in Palm Springs. And I was there for 2 weeks. And I placed the order the day that I got there. And, they did send me an email to let me know that it had taken longer than usual to get the candles sent out. At which point I should have tried to cancel the order, but I didn't. And so a $300 candle haul arrived once I was no longer in Palm Springs, and I just told my friend to keep them. It's weird to me that under any circumstances, it would take 2 whole weeks, like 10 business days, to get candles out to a place in the same country, but that's what happened, okay? So there's been a bit of a pattern of me honestly kind of just having some bad luck, and I'm willing to say it's just some bad luck. Here's where the final straw was, though. Here's where the final straw is. So they very, very quietly did start shipping to Canada a little while ago. I think over a year ago. They very quietly, I never saw them make any sort of an announcement or an advertisement or anything. They just very quietly decided that they would start shipping to Canada. And I got so excited, like you would not believe. And so, I logged on and I started putting things in my cart. And well, you know what? I'm going to show you guys right now. I have a tablet in front of me. Let's say I want to buy some of their reserve candles, all right? Because I do think that their reserve candles often appeal to me the most, which is typical. Like I am often the thing that I want the most is the most expensive, especially when it comes to candles. And so I'm going to put 3 reserve candles into my cart. Ooh, sunflower and suede. That sounds perfectly lovely. Now, these reserve candles are $47 Canadian. All right? I know that in the States, when you order, these reserve candles are $34. Okay, so just right off the bat here, guys, I have burned Kringle reserve candles before, and I think they are good candles. I've burned some really great ones. I think the reserve line is really classy and have some great fragrances. And so I still just don't think that they're worth 34 American dollars or 47 Canadian dollars. And I also take a little bit of an issue with the currency conversion that they're doing here. All right. Now, I understand that the Canadian dollar is not doing as well as the American dollar and hasn't been for a while. Okay. So I get that. However, a lot of other companies don't quite try to screw us over that badly. Okay. So I'm going to pick 3 here. I'm gonna get a Japanese maple, an apple brandy, and a sunflower and suede. All right, so I am gonna buy 3 Kringle reserve candles for $47 a piece because you know what? I work hard. I have some disposable income. Even though I think that's a ridiculous price to pay for a reserve candle, I'm gonna treat myself and do it. Okay, so my order total for 3 reserve candles at $47 should be $141. So now I am gonna hit the checkout button, which is when they start to calculate the shipping and handling. All right, and the root protection. So I go to checkout And my total now comes to $227 because the shipping and handling is $83. $83. All right. Now, I know that it's expensive to ship candles, but this is ridiculous. All right. So, with shipping and handling, it's going to cost me $227. Yes, I have done the math before. That is $75 a candle. And guess what? If I order a fourth candle, it is not an $83 flat rate shipping fee. If I add another candle, another reserve candle, it's another $75. All right? So I'm looking at 227 Canadian dollars for 3 reserve candles. 75 bucks each, my friends. And if I add a fourth one on, that's another $75. That's ridiculous. And I do not consider myself a very cheap or frugal person, but that's insane. Okay? Like for $75, I could be buying like gigantic Voluspa candles, Boy Smells, Nest, like Williams Sonoma candles. Like we are now talking about like luxury candle prices at $75 a piece, right? I mean, and here's the thing. I get that shipping is expensive, but Goose Creek can do it. Okay, I place massive orders through Goose Creek, and no matter how much you order, it's a $14 shipping fee, and they ship those candles from Kentucky to Calgary in 5 business days for $14. All right? And I understand that they're not a huge company. Well, guess what? Independent candle companies don't charge that for shipping and handling. OG, Above Love Co., small mom and pop candle shop business. She charges a $10 flat rate shipping to get to Canada, no matter how many candles you order. She's a mom and pop business. Like, this is the most astronomical shipping and handling charge that I've ever seen for anything that I want to order from the States to my place. Okay? I haven't had to pay that much to order a bed from the States and get delivered to my place for shipping and handling. Don't try to tell me that Kringle's a smaller business and shipping and handling costs them more. Goose Creek can do it. Above Love Co. can do it. Callus Style can do it. All these other companies can send me candles for somewhere between $10 to $20 as a flat rate shipping fee. They have found a way to figure it out. And so, how does this make me feel? It makes me feel so icky. It makes me feel like I'm cheap and poor, like I should be able to afford it. Which, by the way, you guys, like, I have disposable income. I don't have any children. I could pay $75 for a candle if I want. Do I think Kringle candles are worth $75? No. Do I think they have any darn right to be charging this much? No. What this tells me, it feels like Kringle is saying, we don't want your business. But if you insist, I guess we'll send you some candles at $75 each. They don't want my order. It feels like it's going to be a pain in the butt for them. $100 for shipping and handling for 3 candles. Are you kidding me, Kringle? Really? You need to do better. You need to do better, baby. You really do. Are you serving the community like me? Does anyone ever watch Very Delta? I love Delta Work. Delta Work is this drag queen, and she has her show, and it's called Very Delta, and the first like 20 minutes of each of her shows is her just going off about something that she needs to talk about. Very much a bit of the inspiration for my 2 cents segments. And at the beginning of it, she says, are you serving the community like me? Kringle, are you serving the candle community the best that you can be right now? I don't think so. I really don't. And, you know, even even with the $75 reserve candles, I probably would still treat myself once in a while if I could be guaranteed that I'd be able to smell these candles. Because guess what, guys? They have some pretty poor performing candles, okay? Granted, I haven't ordered from them for well over a year, so I can't speak to what's happening with them currently, but here's the thing, guys. For $75, I have a couple of expectations, and one of those expectations is that I'm able to smell the candle when it's burning. So that is why I do not buy from Kringle Candle anymore. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. You know, I really didn't know if I wanted to talk about this in one of my videos because I really like to keep things positive, but maybe I can change the world, guys. Maybe someone at Kringle will watch this and be like, we charge $25 per candle for shipping? Is that what we do? Is that what we do here? Oh, okay. Maybe we should change that. Goose Creek can do it. Ma and Pa candle shops can do it. The only candle company that I have ever seen anything like this at is Kringle, all right? And somebody made this decision. Somebody made this decision and decided that this was good enough. If Greg wants to buy 3 reserve candles, it's gonna cost him $230. The gall of that. I mean, to think of the candles that I could get with $230 that I would probably be able to actually smell. No, it's a hard no for me, and I don't see it changing anytime soon unless Kringle does something to change it. Even when I'm in the States anymore, I'm not screwing around with that anymore. Not ship them to me in the States so I can haul them across the border like I'm a drug trafficker. No, thanks. I'm done. I'm out. I mean, even Yankee Candle and Homeworks make sure that they have like a presence on Amazon Canada so that you can order some of their candles for reasonable prices. You know what I mean? I really hope that I'm not like offending anybody because ultimately what the situation is money, right? Like I don't have anything against Kringle in terms of their product for the most part. I just don't think that the way that they've been doing things for a while now is great, all right? And so you gotta vote with your dollar. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna leave it here. If you got to this point in the video, I love you for watching today. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of all this. Am I cheap for not wanting to pay $75 for a reserve candle? I just had to address this once and for all so that from now on, if I get asked why I don't buy Kringle candles, I can just link people to this video because it is a bit of a complicated explanation, right? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Not trying to be a negative Nancy, guys. I will be back tomorrow with a candle review. I'm going to the Avril Lavigne concert tonight. Should be fun. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? My friend got some tickets, so off we go. Avril Lavigne, here I come. I'm gonna be a skater boy tonight, guys. Skater boy. Thanks so much for watching today. If you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, that would mean the world to me. You can follow me on Instagram at allabootcandles. Email me your burning questions at allabootcandles@gmail.com. And until next time, my dear candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, folks. Bye now.